Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to 3304. This is where I check the news and happenings in and around Elite Dangerous. Today, Frontier asks if you want the ability to hand yourselves in to the authorities, a ranking up hotbed is about to expand, and YouTuber Yamiks has released an Elite Dangerous audio expansion. Wait, what? In a recent update to the Crime and Punishment feedback thread, Frontier have posted a further suggestion for public consideration. This time, they are thinking about a new option that would allow players to hand themselves in. Effectively, this means that once a player has a bounty on their head, they'll be able to head to a station or any station where they are wanted and turn themselves over to the authorities. The player would then be deported to the nearest detention facility and forced to pay any outstanding bounties they owe. Under the proposed system, players would not be able to hand themselves in if they had a notoriety higher than 0. A system such as this then would potentially fix the issues where players are occasionally finding themselves stuck inside certain systems due to criminal penalties. However, it is also worth pointing out that this is yet another layer of rules being added to an already complicated system. If you want to add your feedback to the current Crime and Punishment discussion, then head on over to the link in the video description. But do keep in mind there are a special set of rules for this thread, foremost of which is that you mustn't reply to or quote any other forum members within the post. The thread is purely for leaving direct feedback to the Elite Dangerous developers. Sothis and Sothis have long been go-to areas for rapid Federation rank increases. Flying between these two systems with data delivery missions has been one of the surest ways to establish federal rank for years now. However, this may soon be changing as the area around these two systems is set to expand with new stations and outposts. Details on the full size of this expansion have yet to fully emerge, but regardless of how this change takes place, it is likely to have an effect on how people play within the area. Don't be too disheartened though, as there are plenty of other places to rank up, some even faster than this area. And further, expansion and development of territory within Elite is certainly a nice feature, and it's something I'd personally love to see happen a lot more. Although, that said, I'd certainly like to see this type of territorial expansion have a far more profound effect. Elite Dangerous has some pretty spectacular lore and history, although unfortunately very little of it is actually available directly within the game. One of the most interesting developments over recent times though is the lore surrounding the alien race known as the Guardians. Longtime follower of the alien mysteries, Commander Dreamstate has recently released an infographic highlighting all the important developments of this particular alien species, and it makes for some very interesting reading. The piece covers all important Guardian developments from their initial evolution era and earliest recorded history right up to their final war, which resulted in an extinction level event. There are also many noteworthy details in between those periods, of course. So if you're curious as to the history of perhaps one of the most significant in-game discoveries, then now is the perfect chance to catch up with all the details. Take a look at the infographic, which you can find in the video description below. YouTuber Yamiks over the weekend posted a video for some rather exceptional new content for Elite Dangerous. This came in the form of an audio expansion to the game. And yes, you guessed it, this was one of the many April Fool's jokes that emerged during Sunday. This was an especially standout video though, and of course it features all the trademark Yamiks humour. Check out the link below for access to the full video. The latest community goal features free in-game cosmetic items as a reward, and this has been extremely popular over the weekend. Fortunately, Frontier ensured that participation threshold was high enough so that the community goal didn't complete within a few hours, and has instead survived the better part of a complete week. And this also allowed for the extra playtime many players had over this extended weekend here in the UK, which was a bank holiday of course. As of this recording, there are well over 9,800 participants in the leading faction side, and the goal is still not yet complete, although it's actually quite close to being so. However, if you are quick, there's still a chance that you could get involved and earn yourself a decent reward. Keep in mind that in order to earn a reward, you will need to have signed up to the community goal with the winning faction, that is the faction who is in the lead, in this case Ross 310 Natural Services. Also, in order to gain the decal, you will need to be in at least the top 75%. If you're only in the top 100%, then unfortunately you're going to go away empty-handed. Whilst the community goal is scheduled to complete within the next few days, as far as I can see, there's been no news on precisely when players will get access to their rewards in-game, so hopefully this is going to be something we'll find out sooner rather than later, although for the moment I'm assuming they should be available shortly after the community goal. Let's hope that's the case. LEGO continues to be a massive fascination to people of all ages, and Elite Dangerous players are no exception. Recently, there have been a number of fan-created LEGO ships from Elite posted to the Elite subreddit, and these are pretty impressive to say the least. There's some links below to some of the more recent photos, so do go check those out. And if you've ever made any Elite-inspired LEGO creations, then I'd certainly love to hear from you. Do let me know in the video description below. That then brings us to an end of this episode of 3304. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.